There's something truly fascinating about ancient civilizations, their cultures, their traditions, and yes, their food. Food, you see, is more than just sustenance. It's a window into the past, a glimpse into the lives of our ancestors. It tells us about the climate and geography of a region, the resources at their disposal, and the ingenuity they employed to transform these into something edible, even delectable. But more than that, food is a reflection of a society's beliefs, customs, and way of life. In ancient Egypt, bread and beer were more than just daily staples. They were offerings to the gods, tokens of respect for the departed. In Rome, feasts and banquets showcased not just the empire's wealth and prosperity but also its social hierarchy. In China, food was, and still is, about balance and harmony. And in Mesopotamia, agricultural practices and food preservation methods gave birth to some of our modern-day dishes. So, let's embark on a gastronomic journey through time and explore the culinary delights of ancient civilizations. Imagine a time when bread and beer were not just food items, but a currency, a part of religious rituals, and a staple in every meal. Strap in, dear listeners, as we take a leap back in time to the era of the pharaohs, to the fertile banks of the Nile, where the culinary scene was dominated by two mainstays, bread and beer. Bread, in ancient Egypt, was far more than a simple side dish. It was the backbone of the Egyptian diet, a symbol of life and fertility and even a form of currency. That's right, workers were often paid in loaves of bread and jugs of beer. Egyptian bread was not the fluffy, light variety we're accustomed to today. It was a dense, flat bread made from emmer wheat or barley, sometimes mixed with fruits, honey, or even rendered fat for added flavor. The grinding of the grains was a laborious process, often leaving tiny bits of stone in the bread, which led to some serious dental issues for our ancient counterparts. Now let's turn our attention to beer. The ancient Egyptians loved their beer so much that it was consumed daily by adults and children alike. It was not just a recreational drink but a dietary staple, often safer to drink than the Nile water. The process of brewing beer was almost sacred, involving partially baking barley bread, crumbing it into water, and then allowing it to ferment. The result was a thick, sweet, and nutritious concoction. It was a far cry from the clear, fizzy beers we know today, but it was a vital part of the ancient Egyptian diet. Spices and herbs also played a key role in Egyptian cooking. They used a wide array of native herbs like coriander, cumin, and fenugreek to add flavor and aroma to their dishes. Garlic and onions were popular too, not just for their taste, but also for their believed medicinal properties. Indeed, the culinary traditions of ancient Egypt were as rich and varied as the civilization itself. And as we unravel more about their food culture, we gain a deeper understanding of their way of life, their beliefs, and their society. If there's one civilization known for its extravagant feasts and banquets, it's ancient Rome. Imagine a banquet table laden with an array of dishes, from exotic meats to flavorful seafood and from succulent fruits to delectable desserts. Such was the splendor of ancient Roman feasts. The Romans were true gourmands, with a penchant for diverse and luxurious foods. Unusual meats like peacock, ostrich, and even flamingo were not uncommon at these lavish gatherings. Seafood, too, was a prized delicacy, with oysters, mussels, and fish from the farthest corners of the empire gracing the tables of the wealthy. But it wasn't just about the food. Roman feasts were also a reflection of the social hierarchy of the time. The type of food, the way it was served, and even the order in which guests were served, all indicated a person's status in society. In fact, the most important guests were often served a different menu, a subtler way of distinguishing the elite from the masses. The Romans also had a sweet tooth, and desserts were an integral part of their feasts. Honey-drenched pastries, stuffed dates, and a variety of fruit and nut-based treats added a sweet ending to the elaborate meals. Yet it's crucial to remember that these grand feasts were not the daily reality for most Romans. For the common people, meals were much simpler, usually comprising of bread, cheese, olives, and occasionally meat. Still, whether it was a grand banquet or a humble meal, the Romans understood and appreciated the art of dining. They savored their food, engaged in lively conversation, and often followed their meals with music and entertainment. In the end, the feasts and banquets of ancient Rome were not just about indulging in culinary delights. They were a testament to the Romans' love for life, their social stratification, and their ability to turn a simple necessity, eating, into an art form. From the grand banquets of the elite to the simple meals of the common people, food was a significant part of Roman life. In the ancient Chinese dynasties, food was more than just sustenance. It was an art and a philosophy. This belief was deeply rooted in their approach to cuisine, where balance and harmony were not just desired but absolutely essential. The Chinese concept of yin and yang, a philosophy of dualism where opposing forces complement and balance each other, was mirrored in their food. This balance was meticulously achieved by combining different tastes, colors, and textures in a single dish or a complete meal. Sweet and sour, hot and cold, soft and crunchy. These are just a few examples of the dichotomies that were harmoniously married in Chinese cuisine. In the ancient dynasties, the chefs were akin to artists, and their kitchens were their canvases. They were innovators who used their culinary skills to create dishes that were a feast for both the palate and the eyes. Take for instance the legendary dish, Buddha Jumps Over the Wall. This dish, a testament to the culinary prowess of the chefs, was a complex stew that combined various meats and seafood, requiring 2 full days to prepare. It was said to be so delicious that even a vegetarian monk or Buddha himself would be tempted to jump over the wall to taste it. Another example of their innovative cooking techniques is the Peking duck. This dish, with its origins dating back to the Yuan dynasty, was prepared by inflating the duck to separate the skin from the fat, then roasting it to achieve a crispy skin and tender meat. But it wasn't just about the taste. The Chinese believed that food had healing properties. The concept of food as medicine was prevalent, and certain foods were consumed to promote health and longevity. Ginseng, for instance, was believed to restore vitality and energy. The culinary traditions of ancient China reflect a deep appreciation for the natural world and a pursuit of balance in all aspects of life. Their food culture was not just about satisfying hunger, but about nourishing the body, stimulating the senses, and promoting harmony within oneself and with nature. In the Fertile Crescent of Mesopotamia, the birthplace of agriculture, food played a crucial role in shaping the civilization. Here, the ancient Mesopotamians, a people of innovation and resilience, leveraged the fertile lands to sow the seeds of their sustenance. Agriculture was the lifeblood of Mesopotamia. The people of this ancient civilization were pioneers in the cultivation of wheat, barley, and dates. They harnessed the power of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, creating intricate irrigation systems that allowed their crops to thrive. This bountiful harvest didn't just feed the populace, it laid the foundation for their societal structure, economy, and even religious practices. Alongside these agricultural advancements, the Mesopotamians also developed innovative food preservation methods. Salting, drying, and smoking were common practices that allowed food to be stored for long periods, ensuring that no part of their hard-earned harvest went to waste. This not only guaranteed sustenance during leaner times but also allowed for the transportation and trade of food, further bolstering their economy. In Mesopotamian society, bread and beer held a place of reverence. These weren't just everyday food items, they were integral to the social fabric of this ancient civilization. Bread, baked from the grains of their fertile fields, was a staple at every meal. It was so important that it was often used as a form of currency. Beer, on the other hand, was more than just a favored beverage. It was a symbol of hospitality and camaraderie, often shared in communal gatherings. Moreover, beer was also part of their religious offerings, a divine gift to appease their gods. Far from being just sustenance, the food culture of ancient Mesopotamia was a reflection of their societal norms, religious practices, and economic structure. It was a testament to their innovation, resourcefulness, and resilience. From the fields of grain to the bustling markets, the food culture of ancient Mesopotamia is a testament to human innovation and resilience. Even today, the influence of this ancient food culture can be tasted in the breads and beers that grace our tables, a delicious reminder of our culinary heritage. As we've seen, the culinary traditions of ancient civilizations are as diverse as they are complex. The bread and beer of ancient Egypt not only nourished a civilization but also played a critical role in their religious rituals. Meanwhile, the extravagant feasts of ancient Rome were a testament to their wealth and social hierarchy, with their exotic dishes reflecting the diversity of the empire. The Chinese dynastic cuisine, with its emphasis on balance and harmony, gave birth to legendary dishes and cooking techniques that have been passed down through generations. And let's not forget the agricultural prowess of ancient Mesopotamia, where beer and bread were at the heart of their society, influencing dishes we enjoy today. Each of these ancient culinary traditions offers a unique window into the past, helping us understand our history and cultural heritage through the universal language of food. So why not explore your own culinary heritage or try your hand at recreating some of these ancient recipes? After all, every dish tells a story.